Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's watch list review. Um, Pretty nasty looking week. Take a look here. This is the weekly chart. Um, SPY lost 11 points this week. Um, it's just been ugly. What I don't like is if you look back, um, back here, yeah, we dropped. This was during COVID. Everything dropped. We bounced right back up. Once we crossed above the moving average lines, we kept going. What I don't like is we crossed below the moving average lines here, no problem. We bounced back above them, but then we failed them a second time. That's telling me that the bulls just didn't have the strength. And, if you go back, I mean, we haven't had that for a while. Let's look at the monthly chart and see. So the monthly chart doesn't look quite as bad. I mean, we lost it back here. This was during COVID, February, March of 20. We fell below both moving average lines there. We haven't quite lost we haven't lost the 20 yet, or the 30, I mean. Maybe not the 20. I don't know the 20 up here, but it looks like we're probably rated about a little bit below the 20, I would guess, because the 20 should be right in between these. This is a 10 and this is a 30, so the 20 should be right about here. So we're right about the 20 right now. So let's see if we hold the 20 EMA on the monthly. If we don't, yeah, we have this here, this low here of 410.64 from 2 months ago. And we had a low today of 411.21, so we're only 60 cents away from that. If we lose that, yeah, I'd say that we're going to come down at least, at least down to 400. And if we don't hold 400, yeah, I don't know how low we'll go. I'm not going to try to predict it. Just play what the charts say. So, anyway, enough of that. If we take a look at the watch list for this week, we had Wells Fargo for an inside week, and then we had the one down, two ups. We had Citibank, Walmart, and Fedex. So let's take a look here. I don't know if I traded any of these. Still working on my script. Working out pretty well. Just having trouble with it getting it to fire. Today it should have automatically entered puts on both SPY and Qs, and it didn't. I did trade it manually in my regular account, but in my IRA account, I had the script set to run, and it didn't trigger. It should have triggered right here, and should have triggered right here. You see the red arrows. Should have triggered here, should have triggered here, and it didn't trigger either one of them. So, not sure what happened there. Still playing around with that. So anyway, Wayfarer, we have Wells Fargo. We go back to the weekly on this one. We're looking for a break below this inside candle. We got it. We hit three targets, almost hit the fourth. Just a lot of selling pressure. If you come down to the 60 and go back to Monday, we'll see where it triggered at. So here's the problem. We gapped down below the entry, so this wouldn't have been an entry. If we only gapped down a little bit, I'm okay with it, but this was too much of a gap. So this would have been a no entry for me. Wow, it looks great on paper. It looks great on the weekly chart. That looks awesome. Looks fantastic. Problem is it gapped down way below the entry, so it wouldn't have been an entry. Or way below the trigger, so it wouldn't have been an entry. Citibank, this one here, we're looking for what's called a rev strat, an inside candle followed by a two up, followed by a two down. So we got that. We hit our targets. Let's take a look at the 60 and see how it played out in more or less real time. This would have been textbook. No, I shouldn't say textbook. It opened right at the trigger, but it didn't quite hit the first target before it bounced. ideally here, I would have, once we hit halfway between trigger and target, I would have put my stop at break even. So right here would have been my stop. So I wouldn't have lost money on this one, but I wouldn't have made money either. So Walmart, the gap down's what really screwed this up this week. That kind of messed everything up. Walmart, this one did not, well, it didn't gap down below the trigger, so this might have worked out. Let's see. So here's Monday. Same thing here. Our first target was way down here at 152.55. So this one would have been a loss, would have stopped me out. So no good on that one. And here I thought I was going to have a really good watch list with everything dropping. Turns out it didn't really work out. So Fedex, same thing. RevStrat looking for a break to the downside. Take a look at the 60, and we opened here, came down, triggered. This would have been a good one. We would have hit both targets. Almost a $3 move. So Fedex would have worked. FedEx would have worked. I think it was Wells Fargo, no entry, and Citibank and Walmart. Citibank would have stopped out for basically a break even, and Walmart would have been a stop out for a loss. So, but that's what we're looking at. You look at futures here real quick. S&P futures. Look at the daily. Just ugly looking. Look at the weekly. Here's what I said about we're not able to hold this. We crossed above the moving averages and then lost them again. And if we take a look at the monthly, like I said, we're still in this cloud, so we're still in a safe zone here as far as this goes. But if we lose that 410.64, we may lose it just to test it. Steve Nissen calls that a I forget what he calls it now. I've mentioned it in other videos. I'll think of it, but yeah, when it breaks below, it can break below a level and then bounce right back up. So we'll see if it does that. If we get confirmation on a break below that, then I'd look for a pretty ugly week again next week. I'll try to run, try to get my monthly video out here later on, maybe tomorrow, and I'll run scans for the weekly and the monthly and get that video out this weekend as well. So thanks for watching. Hope everybody had a good trading week. If you bought puts, you probably made money. So thanks again. See you later, and bye.